you're health conscious, or maybe you're suffering from a health crisis. So your first response to a food product on the shelf is, what is in it? Will it work for me? Or has it something that is problematic? For me, I always pay attention to the amount of carbohydrates in the product, since as someone who is insulin resistant, I know carbs are my kryptonite. But what about the things not listed? Food pollutants. They're not deliberately added, but they're there. Examples of these include persistent organic pollutants and microplastics. Another ingredient that doesn't make the list are enzymes used in the manufacturing process. A couple of researchers from a German-based think tank think they should be on the list. Now, the enzymes of concern are microbial transglutaminase. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we look at that extra ingredient in processed foods that might be making a big difference. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heffalumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. Now, microbial transglutaminases have GRAS status. That is, they're generally considered safe and as such are widely used in food production. They pop up in everything from pastries to polony. It's estimated that the average person in the Western world consumes around 15 milligrams per day of these enzymes. They're never listed as an ingredient because of their GRAS status, and strictly speaking, they're not an ingredient, but a processing agent. Besides, the amount that is used is teeny. An individual product might have a milligram or two at the most. Now, a milligram is 1,000th of a gram, and a gram is something you can barely see. So, what is the fuss? Well, this is the standard response. Food manufacturers love it, and regulatory authorities aren't worried. Besides, it's 100% natural. These enzymes have been part of biology since the beginning of time. You see, transglutaminases are a family of enzymes found in pretty much every living creature. We've got them. The plants and animals we eat have them. So do the bacteria, fungi, and viruses living in our gut. They're ubiquitous. And they do pretty cool chemistry. They stick things together. Specifically, they stick a lysine onto a glutamine, creating a very strong bond, which is hard to break. The stickiness is what food manufacturers love. Transglutaminases can be thought of as the glue that holds processed foods together. They improve palatability and texture. They also prolong shelf life. They even decrease calories. Yay! And a little goes a long way. It's the enzyme way. If you remember from high school biology, the definition of an enzyme is that it is a catalyst. And as a catalyst, it makes reactions happen, but it's not used up by the reaction. So although 1 milligram is quite literally a drop in the ocean, 1 milligram can do a lot of chemistry. And every glutamine that is encountered is a possible target. Every glutamine. So where do glutamines hang out? Well, the short answer is you would be hard-pressed to find a protein that doesn't have a couple of glutamines in it. But there is one protein which stands out for its high glutamine content. It's gliadin, commonly referred to as gluten. This is the protein behind celiac disease. When someone has celiac disease, their immune system has taken a particular dislike to this protein and at every opportunity tries to take it down. Unfortunately, as part of the normal digestive process, gliadin ends up being concentrated in the cells lining the gut mucosa, which means the immune system keeps taking pot shots at the cells lining the gut. The constant bombardment leaves a wake of destruction. Terrible tummy aches and nutrient deficiencies follow. Sometimes the attack moves beyond the gut. But what sparks the immune system's hate for gliadin? Well, there must be a particular groove in the pattern recognition system of the T cells to get the immune system in a frothy. Few immune systems have this, so only a few actually react to the protein. But still, something has to ignite the war against gliadin. Could it be microbial transglutaminase? A growing body of science suggests that these microbial transglutaminases may be partly to blame for the rise in autoimmune diseases, particularly celiac disease. Gluten has 30% glutamine and less than 2% lysine. So when a microbial transglutaminase rubs up against gluten, it's going to get busy gluing. It will tie the gluten protein up in knots, creating all sorts of new shapes. And thanks to the toughness of these newly formed bonds, the shapes are permanent fixtures. If the gut is a little leaky, the odds that some of these alternative shaped gluten molecules slip beyond the intestinal barrier and enter the circulation is high. If enough of them do, sensitive immune systems go to war, and the rest is history. Now, there are other glutamine-rich proteins, so gluten is probably the tip of the iceberg. One particularly important one is mucin. This is a protein secreted by the cells lining the gut. Our own transglutaminase acts on this, helping to create a thick layer of mucus. Now, the presence of high levels of microbial transglutaminase in the wrong place can and does impact the functioning of this important layer. This is a recipe for bad body chemistry. Gut dysbiosis has been implicated in a variety of chronic inflammatory conditions, including autoimmune, infective, metabolic, and tumoral diseases. The incidence of all these conditions is increasing, and it tracks with the adoption of Western diets and the consumption of ultra-processed foods. Now, no matter how vigilant you are, avoiding a non-listed ingredient is going to be a challenge until food regulations change. Protect yourself by opting to eat real food as much as possible. This will help you create better body chemistry and better health. As a final note, the one group of foods which you should be particularly mindful of are commercial gluten-free foods. Manufacturers often use microbial transglutaminases to weave a little magic to create these delicacies. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track, visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library, enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone with digestive troubles? Share this video with them so they know a little bit more about the risks of ultra-processed foods. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.